Hi, I'm Danita Davenport. I'm the Executive Director of Arise, and today I am talking to you about the book study we're currently doing on Sundays. We offer it in person and live on Google Meet, so if you're interested, let me know. You can join. This is for the people that haven't been able to be there in person but are reading the book. The book we're doing is called Healing from Hidden Abuse by Shannon Thomas, who is a licensed clinical social worker. And this book is about the healing process. We've done other books that talk about abuse and different types and how it affects your body. And right now we're focusing on once we know we've been abused, then what? What do we do? And so I really love this book because Shannon comes at it from all different angles, but she's talking to the person who's been through it, the survivor, if you will. And in the introduction, she talks about the fact that toxic people can be found everywhere in your family, at your place of work, in the church. And we don't talk about that a lot, but there are toxic people everywhere. And I feel like the more educated you get, the more you see them. And I don't know if it's because those people are really toxic or you're just tuned in to looking for red flags. So watch for that as you go through this book and get healed. Um, this book is specifically about hidden abuse. So physical abuse, a lot of times we see, but there's so many other types of abuse that you don't see. There's emotional abuse, financial abuse, spiritual abuse. And so those are the things she's talking about, psychological abuse. And a lot of times when we try to explain to people, I've been abused, this is what I'm going through, we wind up sounding crazy. And if you're like me, you hate that word because your abuser called you crazy. And so we just wind up not talking about it because we don't have the right vernacular and we don't want to sound crazy. We're trying to get out of this hole we're in, and that doesn't help. And so she talks about the education. She gives us terminology and definitions and the words to describe what we've been through. One of the terms she uses that I like to use a lot is called narcissistic abuse. Now, that's not a clinical term that has been proven, but it is a way to understand what we've been through. I was abused by a narcissist who lied and gaslit me all the time. And if you've been in that situation, you totally understand what I'm saying. Um, and so she just takes us on this journey of several different stages of healing. And once we go through all the stages, then you're able to kind of see where you're at in your healing journey, which to me is really encouraging because then I don't feel like I'm just healing and it's very abstract and I can't put parameters on it. But with these stages, it helps me to identify where I'm at in my healing journey. So stage one is despair. That's the stage where you realize, oh my gosh, I'm being abused or I've been abused and it's awful and I don't know what to do. Stage two is education. That's where you're like, okay, he's a narcissist, she's a narcissist, my boss, my parent, whoever it is. Now I have a word I can use. Now let me educate myself about what that looks like. Stage three is awakening, where it all starts to make sense and you have lots of aha moments. Stage four is boundaries. How do you heal from an abuser? You gotta set boundaries and stick to them. Stage five, restoration of you, of your soul, of your life, of all the things that the narcissist took from you. And level six, number six is maintenance. Once you get to a really good place of healing, how do you maintain that? Because that is so important. So that is our introduction to this book, and I hope you enjoy reading it.